Well, if you want to talk about the Dallas Cowboys, let's talk about them. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Tyler Gates, aka TAG Lot 205, back with this video due to the plain wild incompetence, I guess you would say, of the Dallas Cowboys front office. Now, Dak Prescott is entering the last year of his deal, the final year of his contract, actually. I believe it's somewhere around 30 to $35 million, probably a little bit more than that. This is where we say, if you are the Cowboys, what are you going to do? You just signed CeeDee Lamb to a huge contract, one of the richest contracts in NFL history for a non-quarterback. One of them. Are you going to pay Dak Prescott? And if you do pay Dak Prescott, in what way are you going to do it? Right? CeeDee Lamb is different. CeeDee Lamb is now officially your cornerstone piece. I don't see it being Zeke or Dak Prescott anymore. You could have made an argument for Tony Pollard, but he left the free agency thanks to the incompetence, once again, of the Dallas Cowboys front office. Now, they do have some of the worst fans in college football. Excuse me, not college football, but the NFL. They have some of the worst fans ever. Them, the Eagles, the Giants, especially the Jets, Raiders. We can go on. But when it comes to paying the most prime and important position on the field, neither of you, I'm meaning the sides, Dak's agent on his side and Jerry Jones in the front office, have came to an agreement yet on what it's going to take to keep this man here. Now, here's my plan. I think Dallas should hit the reset button, hit any button that resembles a reset, a nuke, something. Build around CeeDee Lamb, please. Dak Prescott is not who he says he is anymore. He struggles some more. We make excuses for him. But I know that it's not him, right? It could be his age. It could be that he's not confident in himself anymore. It could be that he is not confident in this franchise, this organization anymore. And don't go off of narratives, please, and sign somebody that you know is not a part of your future plans. This is what I would do right here. I would have a good season. If if you don't make the playoffs, that's fine too. Hypothetically, if they don't make the playoffs, here's what you do. If you are in a position where you're not looking too good in terms of playoff seeding and playoff picture, by Halloween, which is now a new trade deadline date, is no longer Halloween, it is November 5th, excuse me. Tuesday, actually. This is what you do. You get on the phones quickly and you try to find a trade for Dak Prescott, because if he stays past the deadline, you're going to have to pay him. Versus him going to another team, you getting actual draft capital back for him. And I know a lot of teams would like to have Dak Prescott in their system because they think that if they put him in the right system, he can go to the Super Bowl with the right team. Now, if you're looking at what CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons could bring, see, Micah Parsons' name is now in this conversation. I was talking about it today with a couple colleagues before I hopped on the video. Would I rather do 2 for 1, or would I do 1 for 1? What I mean by this is, I'm going to break this down to you. Would I pay Dak Prescott $60 million plus, or would I rather pay CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons slightly under $60 million? I don't think you kind of get what I'm saying. Let me break it down to you. CeeDee Lamb just got paid $30-something million, right? Micah Parsons is going to ask for at least $30-something million around there as well, if not 40. So that's going to take you into the 70s. I'd rather pay 2 people that amount than have to pay one person the whole amount that I know is not really going to get me there. I love Dak Prescott. I love the brother. brother from another mother. I love him. I feel like it's time for him to go. Just like Zeke left and they tried to bring him back, talking about, so, oh, we're competitive and we're all in this season. If you're talking about one last run, I can understand it. But if you're talking about being all in for a championship, yeah, I think you're kind of overboard. I think you're kind of sleeping on the ship because Jerry Jones, listen here. As a firm believer in rebuilding, and my friends can tell you this, and as a firm believer in contention as well, you need to start over. I know you don't want to. I know the Dallas Cowboys always want to win. You're not in a position to win right now, bro. This is one last run with Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott. This is what this is. This is what this season is. And to further prove that CeeDee Lamb is a top 5 wide receiver in this league. This is what this season is about. If CeeDee Lamb gets over 2,000 yards, even 3,000, put him in the top 3. I'm sorry. If Dak Prescott gets traded at the deadline and you get picks back for him instead of getting a compensatory or whatever, right? This is what you do. Draft Shedeur Sanders. Trade up because you're probably not going to be in the top 5 unless you have a catastrophic of a season. Trade up to get your quarterback of the future, not re-sign Dak Prescott to $60 million. He'll be cheaper. Quarterback be cheaper. Somebody that could be a part of that timeline with CD, Micah Parsons, and others, right? I wish Tony Pollard was still there, but hey, y'all want to bring back Zeke instead. I get that. That's fine. But this is what y'all should do. It's time. It's time to nuke it. It's time to blow it up. The Falcons had to do it. You look at some of the great teams right now. What did they have to do? They had to blow it up. The Bengals had to do it. With Andy Dalton and AJ Green, they realized that duo would never work out with the team surrounding them. They had to blow that up. They kept Tyler Boyd. And then they just added on, right? You look at a team that's been through countless heartbreaks, countless rebuilds. The Washington Commanders, your rivals, right? They've been from quarterback to quarterback to quarterback to quarterback. They've been from Alex Smith to Dwayne Haskins, back to Alex Smith, then to Taylor Heinicke, then to Taylor Heinicke again, then to Sam Howell, and now, you want to go back to Carson Wentz, so to bring Carson Wentz to the picture. Then you had Sam Howell, then you had now Jaden Daniels. And he's going to succeed. He's going to be the one to succeed. As long as they can protect him, I see no faults. As long as they can protect Jaden Daniels in that pocket like LSU did, I see no faults here. That they, at the very best, they can win 9 games this season. Now, I know the weapons that he has is limited, but Jaden Daniels is a game changer. That's what he does. So, but that's besides the point of talking about how Dallas is still incompetent on wanting to not only pay their players the amount that they should not get, but now CeeDee Lamb, he deserves it. But Dak Prescott, 30 years old, $60 million, man, I'm sorry, you're not getting that. I wouldn't even give you $40 million. I would just trade you, right? It's time to go. I would rather just trade you to a team where you can get all of your picks back. And what I mean by all of your picks back is get some draft capital, right? Dallas Cowboys, they're not really good with draft capital. They're not really good with trading draft capital or trading in general. But this is where Jerry Jones has to step down from the GM position because actually he is the GM and the owner, guys. Remember that. This is where he has to step down and he has to realize that, I need somebody younger in here. I need somebody that can do my job. I need somebody that can step up while I just sit back and be the owner. And even then, right, if you want to talk about selling the team, y'all want to talk about Dan Snyder, let's talk about Jerry Jones. I think he up there. It's about time. It's about time for him to start looking for negotiations, looking for newcomers, because when it gets to that time, it gets to that time. So, Dallas, hit the reset button. You're going to need it. You have CeeDee Lamb. That's good. You have Dak Prescott for now. That's good. You have Ezekiel Elliott. Yeah. This is one last run. This is not a Super Bowl run. This is one last run to tell you that the Dallas Cowboys are officially over with. Go draft Shedeur Sanders or watch out. because they're not gonna be pretty.